Okay, sorry, that last one ended pretty abruptly. If you are starting this video, we're halfway through a problem. But we're graphing this. The recommended method, again, is to go ahead and put it in y equals mx plus b form, although you can graph it using point slope. But we'll go ahead and we've graphed our intercept. We said we'd like to go up 3, right 1, but we can't, so we need to go down 3, left 1. So the backwards, to go backwards, you have to go down and left. So down and left, which ends up on that point in our point slope. Down 3, left 1 gets another, and we can connect these arrows on the end. And there's your line. I'm about to scroll. If you need to pause. All right, 13. This should be easy money. We've got a really good way to remember how to do these y only, x only. If you have to every time, write Hoy-Bucks. This one has the y, so it's a y equals. It's our Hoy. That's horizontal, so the H is for horizontal. The O is for 0 slope, and the Y is the Y equals a number. So this is a Y equals a number. It's a horizontal line. Where is Y -1? It's -1 there. A 0 slope is up 0 over 1. You could do it that way, or you could just memorize what a horizontal line is. That's probably a good way to do it. Horizontal is side to side. If you're mixing up horizontal and vertical, horizontal has a Z. You can write a Z with the horizontal one. What is the slope of the line? Well, we just said that in our Hoy-Bucks. The round figure is for slope equals 0. Write the equation of a vertical line. Vertical, vertical, vertical. So that's our V, U, X. So a vertical line is x equals. X equals what? Well, we only have one x coordinate there. X equals 8. So this is just a little bit of memorization. If you're not a memorizer, then you've got to be really good at thinking logically. So to graph this, here's my point, 8, -3, roughly speaking. A vertical line goes straight up and down. So x remains the same. What does x remain the same as? 8. X equals 8. Logically, it's a little more difficult. I would try to memorize Hoy-Bucks and understand what each of those 6 letters stand for. Okay, about to scroll. Pause if you need to. Okay, 15 and 16 are the 2 more difficult problems on the test. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. Although it says slope-intercept form, I prefer you start with, wait for it, point, slope, because you have a point and a slope. Point slope is y minus a y number equals m times x minus an x number. A y number here is 3. The x number is 12. The slope number is -1/4. So when these numbers go in, the 12 goes in for that second x. The 3 goes in for y. And the m is the -1/4. Now that is not in slope-intercept form, but this is what we did on a couple problems ago. All we need to do is distribute. So I'm going to distribute, well, 2 things we need to do. The first thing is to distribute. -1/4 times x, we're just going to write that. -1/4 x. Then use this on, do your calculator if you need to. -1/4, remember, times -12. If you don't want to use your calculator, multiply the tops and multiply the bottoms. 12 divided by 4 is 3. It's positive now because a negative times a negative is a positive. Now I'm going to add this 3 to both sides. And y equals negative 1/4 x plus 6. Remember how to combine your like terms. The 3 goes with the other number. Okay, we really need to get good at combining like terms. It's very important. Went through that pretty quickly. Go ahead and pause if you need to. Scrolling. (16). Now we have 2 points. We don't have the slope, but if you have 2 points, you can find the slope. So first, we're going to find the slope. And that's y minus y over x minus x. Second, we're going to use point slope. And that's y minus the y equals m times x minus an x. And then we're going to solve for y. So the slope is y minus y over x minus x. The second y value, label them if you need to, xy, xy, 4 minus 6 over 5 minus 10. Pause if you need to. Use your calculator to do the top, hit equals, write the number down. Use your calculator to do the bottom. A negative over a negative is a positive. Now, I'm going to use point slope. So, y minus the y number equals m times x minus the x number. It doesn't matter which point you use. I like smaller numbers. I'm going to use 5, 4. Y minus 4. Use the 2/5 from the slope. Okay, pause if you need to. Now I'm going to solve for y. So first step is to distribute. The 2/5 just gets put up next to the x. Use your calculator. 2 divide 5 times negative 5. Or don't. Multiply your tops and get negative 10 over 5, which is negative 2. So that goes here. Last step, add 4 to both sides. Remember to use like terms. That 4 does not have an x with it, so it goes with the 2. And there's your solution. That's a tough one. That's a big point question. Make sure you know. It would be great if you knew how to do this. This is probably 4 points on the test. Come and get help if this isn't good enough. This explanation isn't good enough. All right, about to scroll. Pause if you need to. (17), we want to find all the equations that have the same y-intercept. So I'm just going to solve for y 4 times. So we don't have any like terms. I divide every part by 3. So intercept is negative 3. Fill it in. This all it has. Y equals mx plus b. Well, that's 0 minus 3. So you could read that. So the b value is the negative 3. That one works. Solve for y. So y minus 3 equals 3x minus 6. 6. So that works. Solve for y. Now remember, the 2x and the 3 are not like terms. So y equals negative 2x plus 3. That one doesn't work. Went through that pretty quick. Go ahead and pause. Make sure you get it. You understand what's going on. Check your work with the video. I'm going to scroll up. So this is just matching. I have 5 minutes. Let me get the answer for you, and then I'll move on to the next one. Okay, I didn't want to make another video. Here are the answers you could solve for y in each of these. So subtract the 3x. Divide by -1, divide each part. Graph that. Next one, add x, no like terms, divide by 3, 1/3 x plus 2, find that graph. This is solved for y, but it's in the wrong order, so -3x plus 2 is mx plus b, and this one is mx plus b. So find your y-intercept that's at -2 and your rise over run for your slope. Right. Pause it if you need to. I'm scrolling on and get this one done. All right, last one. So we might be a little less familiar with this type. So first off, it says the function has a slope and a y-intercept. So that's 1/2 x plus 4. This is just straight plug in to y equals mx plus b. Everyone should be able to get this point. Graph the function. So if the b value is 4, that's where you start. And the m value is 1/2. So up 1/2. Compare the slopes. Well, we know the slope of the f of x. Let's find the slope of this. Up 1/2. So compare the slopes. A comparison says how they're the same or different. They are the same. The slopes are equal. Compare the y-intercepts. So the blue is f of x. F of x. The intercept of f of x is bigger than g of x. There are other comparisons. F of x has a positive intercept. G of x has a negative intercept. F of x intercept is 6 more than g of x. Okay, several comparisons you could use for b. All right, hopefully this is some good help. These questions are very similar to what's on the retake. Please take the time to make sure you understand them before you retake the test, and come in if you need more help.